Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing this evening? I'd say I did all right with that intro there.
Yeah, right. It, how you doing, Oz?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
Not too bad. A little warm
Excellent.
today, but in here. But yeah, otherwise, it's not too bad.
Oh, it's definitely started heating up over here. I mean, that's why the beanies off and the bandanas are back.
Yeah,
Got to do something to catch all the sweat, friggin' keep it from dripping into my eyes all night.
yeah, that's good. It's glad to have you back, though. Missed you last week.
Yeah, man. Well, I definitely missed you guys too. I was watching. I was getting involved in the chat where I could.
Yeah,
Definitely
Skelly's
still
here,
had to have my
people. But
presence.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say Skelly's here, but he's on the toilet right now, so
That's
he'll,
right.
he'll be here in a
He's
minute.
using the toilet, and we lost cool Uncle Shawn. We have no idea what happened to him.
We locked him back in the closet for the episode.
Had to put him away for a little while. He was getting a bit too wild and crazy. Something about
Yep.
Franks and beans and zippers. It was, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah, we can't deal with that today.
no, not today. Today we got to be a little bit serious, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Good,
I'm never
'cause,
serious. So
we're totally gonna lose that in a few minutes anyway.
yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, tonight, Bud has sent us a wonderful intro, and I was going to jump right in here and get started with that a little bit, just while we're waiting for Skelly to wrap things up. Hopefully, we won't need to send a rescue team in after him,
Yeah.
but I think we'll be good.
You should be all right.
All right. Tonight's Patreon shout out is to everyone: Motu Origins Cork, Ray Black, Nolan, Duchess of Darkness, Payne's Toy Samples, Emerald Knight Photos, Dawn Roberts, Sir Clifton, Danny Phillips, Brick Something, and Carol Geis, as well as, last but certainly not least, My Buddies Customs.
Budfucker.
Were we past 8 seconds? I hope so.
Yeah, of course we have.
Oh, good. It is our support that brings the best possible experience to this show and other shows. We come together to make the impossible possible. Thank you, everyone. Toy Frenzy and the Masters of the Universe. Before the astounding tales of He-Man and Skeletor, there was the time of Preternia. A time of the legendary King Grayskull, the hero who defended Eternia against King Hiss and his never-ending legion of snake men. They waged war in the fight for control of the powerful Tower of Eternia, for whomever entered gained the power to do great good or terrible evil. But this is not that tale. This is a tale unknown to most. The mighty King Grayskull had many allies, but most didn't know he had 4 generals in his army. The leader of King Grayskull's armies, the heroic, legendary chief architect of Preternia, Lord General Skele Vader. High up in his comms tower, the director of his royal majesty's armies, the master of communications, comms general Ostradamus Toys. A leader on the battlefield, the master of arms, the people's hero, the master general, beautiful, blushing Bobby at Arms Motu.
He calmed down a little bit on this one.
Only a little.
But nothing weird, like he always does.
We've got time.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're not over yet, right?
The master of lore and wise sorcerer, he is a cunning linguist who inspired all. The commanding general of Grayskull's armies, Shawn Scavarna.
He's not here.
Have Shawn make radio beeping alert noise. Attention, citizens of Eternia. This is Comms General Ostradamus Toys coming to you with this radio message. You can support this show and others from us by signing up for our Patreon. Our Patreon allows us to give you the best experience with all our shows. It allows us to have intros, outros, killer and end credit music, pays for StreamYard so we can host up to 10 people at once for special events and holiday specials. We also give back to the community by having giveaways and more. We also have an Instagram group chat where every Patreon gets to join an ever-growing Discord server with over 100 channels for you to spam with your toy photos, collection setup photos, cat photos, or pictures of Bobby in a punk rock dress.
Fucker.
Sky's the limit. If you are interested and are inclined to support the show, head over to patreon.com and search for Skele Vader, Ostradamus Toys, or Vintage Motu. You can also catch our boys on other shows in the Frenzyverse. Sundays, you can watch Skele Vader on his weekly weirdo show. Thursdays, Toy Frenzy with all the cast, except for tonight. Saturday morning specials with Ostradamus Toys and Connormon. Saturday nights with Ostradamus Toys Live and monthly episodes of Legion's Class. Monthly episodes of the Power of Eternia podcast with Ostradamus Toys and Bobby Motu and Adam the Battle Ram blog. Be sure to also catch the latest episode of Cambridge and with Shawn on Skele Vader's channel, where you can get early airings of the episode with his Patreon. If you want to share pictures of tonight's episode on social media, make sure to use the following hashtags: Awesome, Toy Frenzy Fam, Frenzy Radio, The Frenzied, and Random Acts of Kindness.
Well, he skipped a few.
Description below. This is Tom's General Ostradamus Toys, wishing all of you in Eternia and elsewhere a awesome day and good journey to you and yours. On to you, boys.
You
Yes.
gotta look at what?
He smells like Gold Bond Vicks and old hot dog water.
You said that about me?
Yeah. He said it was so light and so nice, and then he just had to throw this part at the bottom.
Oh, butt fucker, you know what you're talking to. Don't mess with me, man. Swear.
He's gonna get you by sending you a whole bunch of Gerbers and baby bibs.
Oh. Luckily, he doesn't have my address.
Oh my goodness. It's just like, I'm sorry. I'm like reading off of a teleprompter. I'm pretty much just reading whatever's there. And I'm like seeing it. And I'm like, he did. He snuck it in at the end.
I know. Ass. Complete ass.
Total ass. AYUSAS. All right. Well, I don't know if Skelly is ready to jump in yet.
Throw mine.
Well, let's see here. Skelly, if you're ready, give me a thumbs up, brother.
I guess so.
Don't even need to give a thumbs up. He came in.
Perfect timing. I just finished everything off right now.
Awesome. Nice.
Sweet deal. Perfect.
And I heard what you said. I heard what you guys said.
Hey, you need to go to the toilet. You got to go to the toilet.
Got to hit it at full speed.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bud's intro was had a twist ending, but it was like a slow burn right up into that twist ending. Very good, Bud.
Nope.
Really was.
Yeah, you really get under Bobby's skin. I don't know how you do it, but you just do it.
Man.
He knows how to push those magical buttons.
Yeah. Thank you all for being patient with me. I had to get the slides together. I literally just got home, like right before the episode began from work, because I had a meeting after work, whole thing. But I got the slides together for tonight, ready to present. And thank goodness Oz and Bobby are such amazing co-hosts. They took care of the whole thing.
I didn't do nothing. Oz was the one talking.
Yeah, I said that tongue in cheek.
I get it. What I said, I get it.
The chat is exploding tonight.
I know. I haven't even taken a look to really try and keep up yet here. Should I try to go through the speed run and see if I can get everybody here?
we
Yeah,
can
let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, a little out of practice being off for a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Welcome back, Oz. By the way, we missed you, man.
Well, it's good to be back. Good to be hanging out with everybody tonight. You know, it just doesn't feel like Thursday anymore without a frenzy.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes, it's true.
Yep.
All right, let's run it down here. We've got Onryu83 in the house joining us. First in chat tonight, followed by a JMax77 and Masterversal Toy Hunter. We got the wonderful Cobweb hanging out here. Thanos Copters in the house. And Budfuckers chilling right here. We've got Hillian Dread coming in as well. Duchess of Darkness in the house. And let's keep rolling. And by the way, guys, if you have not seen Hillian Dread's channel, by the way, I just want to give him a big shout out. He has been working hard, pumping out the videos and the content lately. Please check him out. Give him a like and subscribe. He's putting out some good stuff, trying to build up his own channel. It's good to see that.
Absolutely. Head on over there, folks.
Here we've got Payne's Toy Samples in the house, as well as Ronald Embry, and we've got Giraffe chilling out with us tonight.
Still love the name. Yeah.
That was good, Bobby. Do that again.
It really was.
Giraffe.
From now
That's
on,
awesome.
Bobby gets to say his name when we bring it up for the hellos. Absolutely. All right. Pop actor in the house here. We've got Ted Darkclaw joining us this evening as well from Hella Dope Toys. Please check him out on Instagram. And here we have Dawn Roberts has joined us as well this evening. So good to see you, Dawn. Thank you for making it tonight. Trying to scroll down and keep seeing through here, finding all the new people. I love all the in-talking. Man, when you say it's blown up, you are not kidding. All right. Night One has joined us. Go ahead, Skelly. Give me your shout out.
Oh, I don't know. My enthusiasm got the better of me. But have you noticed that the He Skeletors are shipping out like right away?
Yeah, I saw that
already. I've actually seen some people.
And how long did we have to wait for our frogmongers, right?
Let's not talk about how long we had to wait for the damn frogmongers.
Well, I think it's just because the figure's so crappy that they're worried that the people are going to ask a refund before they ship them out. I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
My opinion.
We'll be talking about that later. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They missed on some details with that one. It's kind of.
Well, I got some voicemails from Joe Amato if you want to hear him about what he's Skeletor.
Oh yeah, I imagine I already know what he's saying.
Yeah,
we got to bring the Joes back on sometime too. That was a great show. All right, and Nolan in the house joining us this evening, as well as figuratively speaking, John. Another very hard-working man on YouTube, coming out with new content every week. Really pushing it here. He is definitely getting the channels going. I love seeing all these creators hanging out with us in the evenings. Also, Ray Black has joined us saying with a nice shirt, Bobby, on there. Excellent job. Cheers is always good.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody knows your name. It's what our show feels like a lot of times.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
that's why I said that one day when Thanksgiving episode, I said it feels like an episode of Cheers. We're all here and we're all friends. Just hang out every Thursday.
Absolutely.
And speaking of more hardworking people on YouTube, Eternian Ellipse, he's been pumping out the content too, doing 2 shows a week. Beautiful. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. And Captain Biscuit 71 has joined us in here. A little late to the party, he says. Or, oh, wait. Hey, wait. Party don't start till he walks. And, you know, it's true. It's true. It's when the big party happens. As well as tonight's sponsor, Adam from Battle Ram Blog, also joined us this evening.
Adam, we were just talking. Yeah, we were just talking about you before the episode started. I gotta get a hold of you.
We've been talking about you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Stay tuned, my friend.
All right. Well, so that just about does it. I think I got us mostly caught up here. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I don't believe I did, though.
I mean, it's hard to tell. Everybody's having such an intense conversation on there. It's hard to. It's scary because I feel like we might miss somebody. You know.
Yeah, I never want to miss a single person in the chat. I want to try to be able to highlight as many as possible, but it gets harder every week because the
Well,
chat keeps growing.
and
Yes,
if we do, we're human. You know, it's
yes.
not done on purpose. It's it happens.
Adam's already nervous about what
Oh
we're
no,
talking about.
it's nothing bad. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
Calling you,
Good, Adam.
I'll message you later. And,
calling you into Vice Principal Bobby's office, young man.
that's
Yeah,
right.
totally.
I put Shawn away in the closet, and I got that authority.
We're gonna miss Shawn tonight, man.
I know.
But I understand. Life
Definitely
gets
get
crazy
it.
sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. Yeah, it's tough to keep up with, and sometimes you got to take a break, and hey, we get it. Got to catch up on the other responsibilities as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? I've had enough of your crap here, Pop Actor. I had definitely highlighted you while I was in there.
Yeah, he did. I was there for that. I heard it. Yeah.
Me too. Rewind.
Thanks for nothing, Oz.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, right?
Oz is literally like the most giving person on the internet today.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I try
thanks
to
for
be.
everything, Oz.
No.
So did you guys pick up anything this week? Anything exciting?
I got some mail calls, but I don't have them here with me. I was hoping to be able to run out and try and get it, but unfortunately, I don't have it at this time. That's okay, though. I'll have it for next time.
Excited to see what that is.
What'd you get, Skelly? Anything?
I got well, I have been selling a few things on getting rid of some of my pile of stuff that I don't put on display. So I've been going through that stuff and accruing a little bit of dollars here and there to get some. I've been on this new kick, so I got this this rooftop of from the Remco McDonald Lands playset.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
that is incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to get the cardboard cutout that it sits on. It's really expensive and it's hard to find them intact.
Yep.
I'm gonna do something else and then create a display. I'm trying to get a couple of I'm trying to get some of the Remco 1976 McDonald Lands figures. So
yeah, I used to have those when I was a kid, but yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you and I were talking about it, and that probably sealed the deal. I've got I was talking about it with Mark on the Cambridge Shawn podcast too. And we've got the itch, man. It's I even broke out my old Grimace glass.
Yeah, nice. I remember those. I had some of those as well. Yeah,
I love the stuff. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, they broke.
Yeah, they broke when I was younger. I dropped them and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. But
there is an artist that I follow that he follows me as well on Twitter. His name's Whack. I don't know if you follow him at all.
Oh no,
he does McDonald's art. You should check him out.
Oh wow, I will. Yeah,
his art's really good too. Yeah, he does like a lot of stuff. Like Mask and Voltron and GI Joe and all that stuff. But he's got this distinct look to his art. It's awesome, and he does a lot of the McDonald's stuff.
That's cool.
That. And I was actually talking to him that time when I was telling you that I found that whole set of the dolls and things at that one shop, and I told him about it, and he's like, "Man, you skipped on that deal." And he did the same thing when he was looking for it.
It's hard, and some of the items are real pricey. So
yes,
and part of the appeal for me is, I mean, obviously we grew up in an era where those characters were so distinct and weird and a little bit creepy, but it's the wonkiness, man. I'm a sucker for the wonkiness first and foremost. So why did they change Hamburglar like several times? The last change, the most recent change was like 2008 or something. That was unforgivable, and it lasted for like a day. I'm over exaggerating.
It's unforgivable for the original change.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That's because I think he was scary. You know, kids got scared of how he looked. He was kind of creepy looking.
He's a stealer of hamburgers. I mean,
Yep.
she's got to
They
be a
were
little creepy.
all a little creepy looking, though, to be honest.
Well, yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, the
For
professor
sure.
and the hamburger, yeah, those two.
Yeah.
Grimace.
The humanoid looking ones are creepier, right? Because
Yeah,
they're just
yeah.
masks and
Yeah.
and Ronald probably the creepiest one, but
Do you get? Do you have any of those plates? Like those original? There's like a 4 set of plates.
Oh man, I used to have those as a kid.
Yeah.
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 I have not gotten any of the plates, but I've been thinking them. I remember them from when I was a kid, though. I think I saw them. And I've been seeing as I've been going through the eBay stuff. Speaking of which, John from Figuratively Speaking said, "Have you seen the prices on the adult Happy Meal toys?" Yes,
Oh,
I mean
sure,
they're some of them are like way overboard, like $600 for a hamburger or whatever. But you can find some good deals, John. Just do a deep search on eBay. You'll find something.
Yeah. Yeah. Always wait. If you don't feel like you have to have it now, always sit around and wait for it. You always get a deal where it's like
Oh yeah,
80% off the other price that you've seen. You know, it's ridiculous what people charge.
Somebody will be looking just to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
yeah. Be patient.
Yes.
But I didn't mean to waylay the whole conversation toward McDonald's stuff. But it's just
No, I brought stuff.
It's all good.
Been thinking about it a lot. Grimace, pop actor Grimace is supposed to be, according to the rumor, is supposed to be a taste bud. That's like the weirdest explanation of what Grimace is supposed to be, but that's the closest explanation I've heard. He started off as a 4-armed villain who went around stealing milkshakes, and then they decided to turn him into just a whatchamacallit, essentially. And yeah, that's the weirdest rumor that I've heard. So I go with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, some people think that he's a milkshake embodied, but he drinks milkshakes, so that would make him a cannibal.
Eats himself.
So apparently Sonic's had a run of Motu toys. I need to look those up.
Oh yeah,
they did. They like those spoons and stuff or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple of the little. You can get a little if you can find it. Oz. I mean, I haven't gone to do a search yet, but the Sonics near me didn't have them at all. They didn't come to my area at all. But the little they were based on the CGI show, and Skeletor was great. This is the only one that I thought was really cool. Very like stylized. I mean, the CGI show is very stylized already, but the little figure is really cool and weird. Very top heavy.
Oh yeah, I'm digging the Skeletor one.
Oh, you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally had to look them up.
Cool. That's great, Thanos. That's awesome. Post pictures of them on your Instagram. Let's see them.
Yeah.
I have like several Sonics in my area, and I'm kind of wishing I had known about these. I totally would have been up for grabbing them. If anything, just for the spoons for me to eat my cereal.
Yeah, the spoons are like this big, but
Yeah, they're small.
I want a Havoc spoon.
Totally, right? Yeah.
Be dipping your fingers in the milk because the spoon's so small.
Yeah, especially in my friggin' hand, I think.
Yeah.
It's like as big as one of my fingers.
Yep. Yeah, Captain Biscuit 71 saying the minifigure Skeletor was cool. Yeah, it's cool. Great. I think Garaf says, was it McDonald's that had the 2000X He-Man toys? I think it was.
Yep. Yes.
I did have Ram Man from that. I think that was the only one I had from that line. Yeah.
I have a Battle Cat from it. Yeah, it's down in the box of vintage.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. You know, they were
Good.
pretty decent for those type of toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ram Man's chest and head swiveled like he would ram at you, type of thing. It's pretty cool.
Pop actor, I think there was. So we could go. Let's go deep real quick. There was a lawsuit because the creators of the McDonaldland commercials took direct inspiration from HR Puffin stuff. The set design, the character design. There's even a mayor. Mayor McCheese is based on Mayor HR Puff and stuff, and even the voices were the same. So there was a huge ongoing lawsuit until they eventually lost. They lost, but then they didn't stop making the characters. They just changed the characters a little bit and changed the style of commercials, put the characters in the real world as opposed to on a set, and then but I think the characters really disappeared, and we only have Ronald now because I think a lack of interest from children.
No, what it is, Ronald's gone too. They discontinued all that because they don't want to aim just towards kids anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And you see the McDonald's now, they kind of look like Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a great plan, to be honest with you. I mean, a place like McDonald's only works because of children.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think that's why it's so successful.
Well, let's face it. Like, I don't even go to a McDonald's anymore if I don't have to. If it wasn't for the boo buckets, I wouldn't have been interested around Halloween.
Right.
And there's nothing on their menu that appeals to me at all anymore. If
I still love the cheeseburgers. I still get the cheeseburgers here.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
I'll take a hamburger every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the ketchup and mustard taste, whatever they got. I don't know, whatever they do to it. It's good.
Yeah.
So their breakfast stuff, though, I do enjoy their breakfast. Out of all the fast food places, they got the best.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to highlight the next comment down. So Eric Adams says it was Burger King that had the toys. And I'm going to go with him because it's his Battle Cat that I have.
Okay.
He was the one that donated me the entire box of all the vintage stuff. So if he says it was Burger King, he probably remembers because that was his Battle Cat I had.
He's an expert. That's great. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I totally blanked out on that. I guess it was Burger King.
Yeah, I don't eat Burger King. I get sick from it. So.
Yeah, I haven't had Burger King in years.
Maybe.
You mean King Randor?
No, I hate that. I do. I don't like that.
Whoppers for
Eternia. It's great. I love the association. There needs to be a Colonel Sanders Masters character. Oh wait, no, Joel Motto made one. I think didn't he make one?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'd have to look back at it.
Speaking of making things, I've been working on Snake Mountain, and I've got a video coming out this weekend, working on that commission. And I've got some extra styrofoam hanging around that are big chunks, and I've been thinking about making a particular McDonald's character.
Oh, nice!
To stand out.
Big Mac.
One of those guys. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to jinx it.
Oh, when you went like this, it's obviously one of the burgers.
I know. Well, I'm thinking of two characters.
Yeah. So Big Mac or Mayor McCheese, I get it.
Yeah.
Which one will it be?
Which one will it be? What's the Tila equals Wendy? From Wendy's?
Starting about Motu characters as fast food mascots.
Oh yeah. Who would Ronald be? Did anyone say?
Not yet, but I guess he's the star. Though he went on and he corrected himself.
Made us all believe that we were wrong, and then we all agreed.
Hey, I love this. You go with the flow. We can speculate or we can come up with ideas, but it's okay to be
20
wrong.
years ago. Yeah, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And 40 years for the big guy himself, from the 80s, and exactly 20 years for even the original reboot of him. That's pretty intense to think about.
It is. Yeah. It's awful. It's scary.
I did hear a rumor that there will be a series 2 of the Cactus Plant Flea Market adult Happy Meal toys. So I don't know. Hoping for that. What's Pop Actor saying? Is Pop Actor saying that he has a big boy? He has a Bob's Big Boy?
Oh man.
Pop Actor, you're gonna have to explain that, because if you have one of those giant fiberglass Bob's Big Boys, I'm gonna be real jealous. That's amazing.
I would be too, man. I miss Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah, me too.
Remember as a kid, I used to like their spaghetti and meatballs.
Bobby.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
You wouldn't
Hey.
if Bob's Big Boy had his balls in your mouth.
Oh man, meatballs.
Meatballs. Meatballs.
Pop Actor says the plastic one. What is there an action figure of Bob's Big Boy? I didn't, or maybe like I don't know. That's cool.
I know there's a pop of it,
Oh, maybe yeah,
Oh,
maybe
maybe
there's.
but they probably made smaller ones that are probably like
Yeah.
that size.
That's hilarious. That's cool.
Fuck. That's an
Um,
ass. You're an
I'll
ass.
send it to you, Oz, when I get home. What? That's cool.
Excellent. I'm checking it out here, actually, as a matter of fact. And this thing takes you back.
eBay.
1973
or
Bob's Big Boy Piggy Bank. There was apparently several over the years. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't realize.
See,
It had
now,
like the little figurines, piggy banks.
this is how it starts, my friend.
I know.
That's how it starts. Gotta love it.
And I kept my mouth shut this time,
Yeah.
and it still goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It never stops.
No.
So, Bobby, what did you get?
I got a couple things. Joe Amato called me. I was talking to him over the weekend, and he was telling me about this Avenger. The
Oh,
2-pack
yeah.
was on sale, so I got that. It was half off. Don't put
that's
me on full
great.
screen. And I got
Yeah,
Dungeon Master with it too.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
I love
beautiful.
those characters. And then I got this awesome guy. I got this for free off of Amazon because I had points. I got the NECA War Duke.
Yes. Beautiful.
And
That is
yeah,
amazing.
and what's awesome is the Avenger is same scale, so it fits right in. They're not exactly designed like NECA, but yeah, it fits pretty good. But yeah, it was a War Duke. I've been wanting him. Since they advertised him a couple of years ago, and hopefully he doesn't fall. But yeah, I like them a lot.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, I like them. They're pretty good.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I got. And that's
That's
probably
good
all I get
stuff.
for a while. That'll be it for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Bobby is responsible for me falling off the clearance not buying wagon. Oh man.
Oh, sorry. These are worth it though. Originally $50, you get them for 24. You can't pass that up, so.
Right. Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that made me stay away from them to begin with, was just, I was like, I really wanted them because I love the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I thought it was great. I want to get them, but then I was seeing people have problems with them out of the box and everything, and I was just like, backing off.
I had them all pre-ordered, and then I canceled them all like 4 weeks later or something before they were about to ship. And I'm glad I saved it because now I got him for half off, and I don't need the kids. So yeah.
That's the set that I would get if I came across that sale. I would get that set.
Yeah, the figures. Yeah. Oh, you mean the Avenger and Dungeon Master one? Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah,
it was the last one too at the store, so I was excited to get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw these, but the Kenner Classics Collection Ghostbusters, the re-release of the real Ghostbusters, is apparently available at Ollie's for $4 each. So keep your eyes peeled, please.
Yeah, if you get into those, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, they were another one of my favorite toy lines. So
yeah, head over to Ollie's, folks.
Well, that is a epic pickup. Like I said, I kind of wish I had something to show, but not this week.
It's all right.
Yeah,
that's right. You don't have to have something.
You'll be getting stuff every week, and I'll be sitting there saying nope. Every episode. So yeah,
that's true. That's true. So what's next?
I just showed one. Never mind. Go ahead.
Next, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, actually just showed one at a time and then saved the next one for next week.
Yeah. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. Spread it out. So what's next? Now, Oz, you and I the three of us briefly chatted on Instagram about maybe having a look at our Kermits. But I feel like Bobby doesn't have his yet.
But
So
I
I
showed
think,
mine that one episode. I showed you
yeah.
guys I had it.
Are
You
you
guys can
okay
go
with
ahead.
us having a look?
Oh, I'm fine, 'cause I wasn't going to open mine anyway, so I don't care. Yeah, be my
All
guest. I
right.
want to see it. Yeah.
All right, I'm
Oz,
gonna go
you
grab
wanna do
mine
this?
real quick. Yeah,
Okay.
bear with me for a second. Let me go grab mine.
I'm excited. Because I'm an opener. I'm very
Yeah.
excited about getting this figure out.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to sit there and wait. That's no fun.
We would do it
Enjoy
for you, though. We would do it for you,
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, that's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So I know that you had trouble with the packaging on War Duke, but since there are some figures that you don't like to open up, is that one that you would want to keep intact in its packaging?
The only ones I don't open up was the Origins figures. Everything else I open.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
That
and the
makes
reason
sense.
why is when I was getting Origins, I wanted to have a collection of Masters of the Universe vintage style figures in package because I
Yeah.
have all the vintage ones, but they're all open.
Yeah.
So that was my reasoning for that.
That's good reasoning.
Yeah, I'm really not getting Origins or anything anymore. So it's yeah, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, I feel like it. I can see that. I mean, the timing's kind of good. There's some
Yeah.
interesting figures coming out though, but I can see kind of my level of interest is certainly tapered off a little bit, just because just like you, my characters that I'm interested in are primarily ones that I have a nostalgic connection to.
Yeah.
So
If they do come out with more like Filmation characters or something, I'll get those. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm not really into it as much anymore. This happens to me all the time. I'll collect and I'll get into it pretty heavily, and then I get burnt out after a few years, and I quit for a couple years, and then
Yeah.
I don't collect anything for a while, and then I'll go back and something sparks my interest. Well, now I'm gonna get these NECA Dungeons and Dragons figures. So, and they're only coming out a couple of years, so that's going to be easy for me to get into.
for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those smaller NECA lines versus
Mhm.
like their Ninja Turtles or like how they used to be with the Aliens and Predator, where you're getting like
Yeah.
30 of them a year.
Right. That's like I have all the NECA Planet of the Apes figures, and then they canceled that line. So it's not that many to get. So I'm
You
not.
get the NECA Jaws line. It's really easy to complete that. What do they got?
Yeah.
2 figures?
Yeah, 3 or whatever it is. Yeah.
All right, are we getting these guys open? So we're
Yeah.
for a little bit. We're little bit slow on the on getting these guys out of the package, but we were making it happen today.
Hey, you're coming!
Oh man, I love this guy. His colors are great. This is such a cool character.
I'm loving the card art too. Like, just
Well, the card art is always good,
so
matter what.
amazing.
That's very true.
Yeah. I mean, the figure could be crappy as hell, but the card art is just fantastic, no matter what figure it is.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that I love is right down there by that skull. It doesn't show up too good. I like how they made the key look like the cosmic key from the toy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good. All right, doing my usual careful opening of the package, cutting above the blister.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. Of course, I haven't sharpened my knife in a while, so it's getting a little harder to do so. If my blue He-Man shirt suddenly goes red, you all know I did not do this successfully.
All right, look at.
Uh-oh. Now you ruined it. It's open.
Yeah. No such thing.
I'm just kidding.
I know. So I haven't. This has been a busy week for me since they announced the He Skeletor and the mini comic that's coming with the He Skeletor. Has there been any talk about the Dune worm that's on there? Any more news about that in the social media realm?
No, I just had. I think Adam asked me about it on Twitter when I posted the cover art of the mini comic, but that was about it. No one else has said anything to me. I don't think
I
anybody
haven't
cares.
heard
I don't think
anything.
anybody cares. To tell you the truth.
I totally care. I need to know what the heck is going on over there with that thing. I mean, I was tempted to get He Skeletor just because of the mini comic having the Dune worm on there, but
Ask
that didn't
somebody
make me do it.
I'm sure somebody from here has gonna get it, and they can just read it to you or send you photos of each page.
I know someone. I know someone with extra if they still have it.
Oh yeah, it'll be there somewhere that you can access it.
Well, if anybody's wondering about that hashtag, random acts of kindness, I felt truly blessed this week because I had mentioned how I was going to be missing out on He Skeletor.
Yeah.
And 3 amazing people stepped forward and ended up getting me one. So I've had to,
Awesome.
I've successfully rehomed one and working on the second if they still have it.
Awesome.
That's one thing. That's one thing I love about our community that we're building here. Not just the community that we're building here, but the Motu community. But so many of those people are here in the chat tonight. Everybody's generosity to one another is such a remarkable thing, man.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is.
All right. This guy, I'm going to go ahead and put the screen up if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do it.
This guy's amazing.
Yeah, I like the character a lot. It's very cool.
And I love that he's from the dungeon and that Mattel knew they were going to be releasing this guy later on.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Right from the beginning.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said. They got like a 5-year plan. So
yeah, brilliant. I love the head sculpt on this.
That's amazing. I remember when he announced him, I was excited about it. And I remember wanting to get him really bad.
He is just gorgeous. I've finally gotten mine out of the blister now.
I was just about to say, man, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to cut too much.
Yeah, that artwork is so good.
Yeah. I can't find what I did with my scissors that I normally use to trim off the plastic.
Let's look at the mini comic then while you're looking for the scissors.
Do it. Flip through that guy.
So this is a longer one, right? Which is good. Thicker one, more pages.
Yeah.
Like them big and thick.
Burger King right there.
Bushy wood eyes. You and Bud hang out the same place.
This is cool. This is good stuff.
That is. Yep.
Look at that dragon, man.
It's awesome.
And then I'm just skipping ahead because
I love it. That's a huge tease, isn't it?
Huge. I mean, I'm sorry, but if Mattel is tapering off on making Origins, they wouldn't put something like that in there.
No. At New Adventures, that'd be pretty neat. I would probably collect the mutants in as the Origins figures as well. So I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Are you still kind of on the fence about Slushhead?
Oh no, I'm gonna those Slushhead and Skeletor. I'll get from Masterverse.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool, good.
Yep.
Oz, don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself.
Nope.
So
Taking my
yeah,
time.
the plastic noise.
Oh, is it bugging you? Oh, I'll go ahead and mute.
Thank you. I was to say, are you muted? I'm like, what the hell happened there? Son of a.
You're watching me like,
I'm staring at you, dumbfounded. Like, what?
what's going on?
Pick on me day, I guess. Man,
Oh
Jesus.
man.
I should have said that turlet joke earlier.
Yeah. Pop Actor says I have a bunch of other Motu figures on BBTS on pre-order.
Cool.
Good for you, Pop Actor, man. There's a lot of,
Yep.
and there's some figures on sale too, I think, right?
I'm not sure what the prices are. I haven't looked in a while.
Their clearance is ridiculous right now.
Is it?
They've got Spirit from G.I. Joe Classified, like down to $14.99.
What?
You
That's
know
cool.
how I'm all about my critters.
Yep.
I went and checked on the. Luckily, I was able to get one faker I saw at Walmart back in late August, but I was still down to get Heath Skeletor. I understand that night one.
Yeah.
I went. Speaking of Walmart, I went back there earlier this week to pick up some groceries, and I checked on their clearance aisle. Their clearance Origins figures are still $17.42. Like, what? How is that? How is that the clearance?
That's an odd number.
It does not
They've
make sense.
always done stuff like that where they have it marked down for like just a few cents from the regular price and they slap that clearance sticker.
Yeah.
I know back when they did the when they first started doing the vintage carded Star Wars figures with all the updated articulation.
Yeah.
And they had like Bosk and everything else, and they weren't moving because they were like almost $10 more than the regular figures. Then they moved them all to clearance, and all they did was just slap the clearance sticker on with the same exact price they were in the aisle.
It's ridiculous.
I was working there at the time, so I definitely knew that's what they did.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see that clearance sticker? Oh, it's cheaper. And actually, it's not.
No
Yeah.
cheaper.
And at my
No way to
age,
scam.
I see the clearance sticker from 5 feet away. I'm like, oh, how exciting! And I have to walk up real close to see what the price really is.
Yeah, right.
That's yeah.
Get all
Danny
disappointed
Phillips,
about it.
welcome.
Danny, what's going on? Oh man, it's great to have a frog.
It's great to have a frog. That's true. Did you get yours open?
Oh, I got them open all right.
All right.
It ain't
Awesome.
easy being green.
Nice.
Frogmonger reporting live from Sesame Street.
Cool. Looks good.
Yeah. No, I'm loving the head sculpt on it. Really great.
Well, we're
detail.
looking at your head. Show the head sculpt. Thank you.
Loving that head sculpt.
Yeah.
You say something to me, man? You say
That's right.
something to me?
Yep.
Uh-oh, I better not have him holding a gun on YouTube. Some of their new regulations.
Is that a thing?
I'm digging. Yeah.
FBI, we
Can't hold guns. I don't think it counts towards toys, but let's not take chances.
I just saw something. This is not. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm loving that purple and the yellow with the trunks too. Like, that's a good look. Might have to redo up a Skeletor or something with those. I don't know. Man, maybe I have to find another Frogmonger for spare parts or just paint up an extra set of trunks with that. His fins definitely give him Creature from the Black Lagoon vibes. I love that.
Any character that looks like he could have crawled out of a swamp or a shallow pond or a isolated lake, I'm all in. This guy is definitely that.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
So this is not a gun. This is not a gun that I'm holding up here.
It's a hair dryer.
It's a hair dryer, but it's also like looks like a little bit of a fish.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like a little minnow
squid.
almost.
Like a squid.
Oh yeah, very squid-like.
Squid. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a squid with a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a schnoz or something.
Big old
Schnoz.
schnoz. It's
Yeah,
got a
it
big
definitely
old
looks like a
Oz
squid.
schnoz.
Cool.
Yep.
We did it.
All right.
Finally.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
long time to
excited.
get those things.
It's because they got
Took
stuck
forever
in
to get
people
'em.
forever.
It's amazing. I had mine like for 2 months, and you guys finally got it. It's crazy.
It's so strange.
My
It
mini
is.
comic is stuck. It's glued in a little.
Uh-oh. I went in to read it. Someone at the factory was having some fun.
Oh.
Ooh. I have to see how I can get that
Now I'm
out of there.
checking mine.
Okay. Nah, I managed to peel it out pretty safely.
Here I am saying I need to change my image that I'm not like that, and I go and say stupid shit like that anyway.
You can't. Hey,
It's okay. We love you how
can't
you
resist. It's all right.
It's just opportunity, I guess. Oh God.
So is the comic intact?
are. Yeah, comics in good shape.
That's good.
So, just so happy to have it. It's amazing.
So speaking of the future of Masters of the Universe, shall we talk about the powers of Grayskull?
Sure.
I think we should dive into that a little bit. Just a bit, maybe.
I'm
Sorry,
kind of,
Adam. I stole a lot of photos from your website, by the way.
yeah, Adam.
When I took
We
right.
always
Tonight's
we're all talking at the same time. Adam, we always go to your website, to the Battle Round blog, to source stuff, man. Thank you for being there. Oz, what were you going to
since
say?
he's a friend now. So, yeah.
That's right.
I was going to say, tonight's episode brought to you by Battle Ram Blow.
That's right.
Go stop by, check it out, give them some more traffic.
That's right.
I wasn't going to highlight it.
What do you mean I'm getting a bit loopy? I'm actually pretty calm tonight.
I think
I'm
so.
like, kinda
I was
like-
going to say the
I'm
same
pretty-
thing.
I'm pretty flat tonight.
That's right. Thanos Copter, thank you. Yes, it's true. I'm sure everyone takes a lot of pics from his website. That's probably true. Yeah, we all love that website, man. It's great
Yeah,
stuff.
it's the best.
So I do want to give Bobby credit. He went out and sourced these today. I've had a busy 2 days and haven't had a chance to get them. He went out and sourced them, and I put them together in the slideshow. If I missed something, Bobby, I apologize. But
Well, I probably don't remember. I grabbed so many. I don't even remember if you missed one or not.
I tried to make sure I got them all, and tonight's going to be exciting for me because I don't know a lot about this era of Masters that didn't really come into fruition.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
was
really
already
exist.
I was already disinterested by then. Not disinterested, but that's not really a good word. I was already moved on to other things,
Yeah, same here.
But I would hear rumors of, giants and dinosaurs, but I never really ventured into that territory.
No.
And I hope Origins goes all in with this, because it would be really great to see what they come up with.
I'm thinking we might get some.
You're thinking that?
I'm really hoping so. You guys know me. I love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do own that mini comic, by the way. I do have that. That's the only thing I
Oh, you
have
do?
from. Yeah, I got them all except for 2 mini comics. I'm missing 2.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, but this one it has no ending. It was supposed to be, I think it was a 3-parter or something, and it's just the first one. Thanks,
So, yeah, thank you, Adam. Bionatops. I think I did see this in the store.
Back in the day?
What was that?
I said back in the day when it came out.
Yeah, I feel like I did. But it's hard to remember this clearly because there were so many dinosaurs and beasts and insects and animals beast wars and stuff like that were, it's like it was hard, and Transformers that turned into animals. So I don't know if I saw this or if I imagined seeing it or if I saw something else similar. But Oz, talk a little bit about this because I know you love this stuff.
Well, the idea of mixing, first off, just Masters of the Universe with dinosaurs was huge to me as a kid.
Really?
But
I can see that, though. Yeah.
Naturally, I never found any of these myself. Very, very limited run here. My buddy Eric, who was another big Masters of the Universe fan, he managed to get the Turbodactyl, and that was pretty cool. That was a big win.
That's cool.
So for me, this was like the hugest like mashup of two of my favorite things as a kid. And then like it's got that biomechanical edge too, because they're not just like dinosaurs like how we thought of them. They've got like these mechanized features, which again, to me is really awesome. It's always really inspired me as a kid. And I just wanted dinosaurs. I could never find them. But, I ended up using my Definitely Dinos as my Motu dinosaurs. Because they kind of fit the size and everything. But it just wasn't the same as having the official ones. So I'm hoping that with some of the teases that we've had on the box art, that we really do see these actually come to fruition again in the line.
I would say so, because that was all over the CamoCon art. I mean, all of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And it's going to be all over. I mean, we've already seen it. It's all over Mossman's art too.
Yeah. Yep. Especially now when they're talking about all the Snake Man stuff too. It's all that storyline. Yep.
I love that the gun attaches to the two horns in the front, and then latches onto the back, the plate at the back of his skull. It's like, is this animal cruelty, or is this, or do we think of this as the animal is already born this way, exists this way, or was this done to them?
Well, it's still mechanical too, isn't he? He's not just an organic. Right.
Yeah, he's definitely biomechanical. Like on the previous slide, you see that he's got like the gears and stuff like that with the legs, not so much that one, but the one before it. When it's in the box, like you can see, he's got those elements of the biomechanical thing on there. So well, I was just going to say, I'm not sure if it's like an attachment that kind of goes with these, cybernetic pieces, or if, maybe it grows along with the horns and the frill, maybe.
That's an attachment. Yeah, just they armed it.
I mean, it's no worse than getting a piercing.
Yeah, right. Especially for him. It's all skull anyway. Horns and back of the head.
He looks happy, Pop Actor. He looks happy. He does. He's loving it.
He looks ecstatic.
Yeah.
He's got He-Man riding on
him. Oops. All right, so the order is going to be a little bit wonky here, so let's see here.
Yeah.
I did this in a hurry. We'll come back to that. Let's look at Eldor here. So this is so sad. Don't get mad at me, folks. So as I mentioned, this is a little out of my jurisdiction. Wasn't familiar with this. But I knew that classics existed. right?
Mhm.
I was able to get some of the Filmation classics of the core villains um, uh, made by Super 7 and the few that were made by Mattel. And when I went to GameStop one day, they had this figure for on like it was some sort of GameStop for a period of time about 2013 or 2014 got a bunch of leftover classics figures that they were discounted greatly. I think this was like $15.
Oh wow.
And I got it. I got it because it said Masters of the Universe, right? And then I
Mhm.
went ahead and I resold it on eBay for like $18 or something like that.
Ooh,
But
scalper.
it was I know, right? Ooh. But it was like I regret I almost like a month later I regretted it because this character is so funny. I love this guy.
He's cool. Yeah, I'd like to see him in Origins. They hopefully, like we said, that they'll be probably coming out with all these guys anyway. But yeah, there's really, I don't know, just an old guy with a beard to me. But
Yeah, it's Master Versal Toy Hunter.
yeah,
Yeah, Eldor, I know you were watching earlier. If you're still there, I hope you got this guy in some form. So
yeah, they got the Super 7 figure like that too. He's modeled off the actual
that's right.
vintage figure. Yeah, so
That's right.
yeah, I don't own those either. I didn't get those. I'm not a big fan of Super 7, so even though I
Yeah.
got the figures back here, but yeah.
You guys think that they're gonna do Keklar eventually, even though he didn't come with Eternia?
Oh, I'm sure they will. I mean, they already got the tooling and the figure done. I don't. They'll put them out. Like I think I've said this from the past, where like a 3-pack or so of other,
Yeah.
elders or something. Yeah, something like that.
The,
I think it probably would have
the,
sold better if it was like a 3-pack of the Elders.
Yeah,
yeah. The retirement home, the Eternian retirement home 3-pack.
yeah, right. Hey, we're all here.
I'd love that. My favorite Simpsons characters were the old dudes, so I'd get on
Yeah,
board with
Yeah.
the old dudes from Eternia.
yeah. Back in the past,
Hero,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Yep.
I that vac metal armor is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing with him, he was supposed to be the one to take over the line. He was going to be the new,
Hero.
exactly. Man, they were really, really wild on these names, weren't
Yeah,
they?
right.
Yeah, they
But
tried
yeah,
really
when
hard.
Eldor, Hero. Yeah.
Hero, Eldor,
The old guy, the new guy. Yeah.
Shirella, it's a female, she.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it was one of those interesting things where they were like kind of go a different route than how they did with He-Man. Like instead of giving him a sword, they give him a staff.
Mhm.
You know, went away from the blonde hair, blue eyed hero to this much, darker haired, comparatively. But, they were definitely trying to go a complete different direction with that. And really just trying to reimagine the line in a different light, which was pretty cool. And it's kind of sad that, we didn't get to see the true adventures of where this would have taken us.
Right. Yeah, like Ab said, they did a Super 7 version of this one too, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the vac metal too, I believe.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
It was nice that they, were able to go back and do these figures because they didn't get that release.
Yep. Yeah, especially those two. Well, really, everything else is released, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Classics managed to do a lot of really deep cuts,
Mhm.
and get a lot of stuff out there that never would have seen the light of day otherwise.
Right, right.
The one thing that Origins really succeeds in doing, in my opinion, is occasionally surprising us with something
Yeah.
that's released, uh, that's released or made available earlier on. And I think if they did Turbodactyl first, I think that would really get people excited. I think this is one that's really hard to find, right? And it's fairly pricey if you can
Yeah.
find it wild.
Yeah, I saw one at a shop. It was like $400 or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't own any of the vintage ones, any of the dinosaurs.
And oftentimes when you do find them, the top part of the head's missing.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a separate piece right there that's connected by a hinge. So naturally it broke off very easily.
Now, would you, Oz, this is a question for you because you're a fan of dinosaurs. Would you want them to, the dinosaurs to look like the wonky vintage figures and vehicles, or would you want them to look more like realistic dinosaurs?
No, because if I want realistic dinosaurs, there's Jurassic Park out there. And even that's not realistic in the way we know dinosaurs now. But in that idea of dinosaurs, I could just get Jurassic Park. I want these to be wonky Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I want.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I could just go buy random dinosaurs from Jurassic Park right now and just kit bash a few things on there and get these. I want the wonkiness. That's what I'm here for.
That's good to hear. I do too. I know a lot of people are mentioning that, yeah, they own the rights to Jurassic Park, and that's great. And that would be great for a potential Masterverse creature released down the line that really takes the, like Turbodactyl, for example, to the next level of realism and more extreme. But if they're going to do this in Origins, I'm with you, Oz. I really want to see the original sort of style, the wonkiness.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they should keep it like that as well.
I agree. Now, I did want to adjust what John was saying here about Hero having the Sword of He. That was only an element that was added on later in Classics.
Yes.
The original toy line, he had a staff. They were
Yep.
moving away from the violent weapons.
He had this.
Yeah,
which was still an awesome looking staff.
it's weird.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it opens up, it's got an action feature,
Yeah.
So Thanos is saying he's considered getting dinos just to customize into these. I mean,
yeah.
I know I picked up that Paracephalosaur from Jurassic Park when that went on clearance just so I could slap a saddle on it and give Wondar his mount from Revelations.
I'm just surprised you can say that word. I couldn't.
Look at the box art on this. I mean,
yes.
Without a doubt, Masters has always had fantastic packaging.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's funny, that little window box just to see the head.
Right.
I know, right?
It's like, why even bother with that?
I don't know.
Make sure something's in there, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's true. Is that King Hiss he's holding there?
Yep.
Yeah, sure looks
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, King Hiss and the Snake Men, since they were like the last villain faction to kind of be entered. And, again, their origin has been the same throughout. Really wanted the Snake Men to be more relevant, because they got kind of skewed with everything, entering in just as Masters Universe itself is winding down. When they were shown off in cartoon form, they became members of the Horde. They were meant to be this other kind of thing. And, we're not saying that they held off or did anything with them, well after Conan had been out of the picture enough with snake cults and stuff. But, they definitely were pushing them as the main antagonists for the Power of the Grayskull line.
Yep. I'm going to remove this for just a moment, and I want to find something here to show it. Yeah, here we go. To answer Pop Actor. Pop Actor asked, are all the dinosaurs good on Eternia?
Nope.
Nope. This guy was bad, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he was definitely evil. Tyrant Rex.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah. I mean,
the
colors. Such good colors.
Yes. So speaking of colors, again, if you're looking at buying new Jurassic Park dinosaurs to kind of supplement these in the line, there's a new electronic T-Rex that just came out for Jurassic World. It's a Target exclusive based off of the original big T-Rex from the first movie in that toy line back in 93, where you can actually shove like mini dinosaurs down its mouth and pull them out of the belly, kind of like the Tauntaun from Star Wars, how it has that softer belly. And it's not exactly how this thing opened up and like launched a disc or, whatever out to attack the bad, or the heroes. But, it's still pretty cool that you can shove something down its mouth and pull it out of its stomach to get your toy back.
It still smells worse on the inside, right?
Always.
Yeah. All right. Payne's Toy Samples, great to have you here. Totally understand. Yeah. More like Barney. Yeah, the coloration on this guy.
Yeah, no shit.
For sure. Yeah.
It's before Barney, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Danny Phillips was mentioning that it looks like the T-Rex from Toy Story. The T-Rex in Toy Story, the way that they actually made that figure was based off of the T-Rex from Dino Riders with the stature and how the legs came up. So it's kind of cool because that's one of my other favorite toy lines, but you're definitely right. You could use that T-Rex to make this one for sure.
Yeah. This guy's beautiful.
He's the coolest one out of all three, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
was big.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the dinosaurs, but yeah.
Yeah. I could see them doing, maybe they should do this one first.
They probably will. Yeah.
I think people might end up buying these and then not buy the other ones, though.
Oh, that's
what do you
true.
mean? Not buy what other ones?
The Turbodactyl or the Triceratops. Because who doesn't love a T-Rex?
Yeah, right.
So
right,
Bud was asking if it was the Hammond Collection T-Rex from Target or a different one. It's a different one, Bud.
And now I think that this is entirely possible for us to be able to get some of these giants, right?
Mattel Creations.
You think it's going to be Mattel Creations?
That would be my assumption.
Would it be a 2-pack, do you think?
I don't know if it'd be a 2-pack because that'd be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But they might do them separately.
See how Masters of the Universe build a figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be... I think they should do something like that.
Excuse me. I know, like on Adam's blog site, this mentions that these are European figures, but they would have been in the Powers of Grayskull figure line if it was in America. But these are technically not Powers of Eternia.
Right.
Powers of a Grayskull. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the Giants? What do you like those characters at all?
I thought they were. Go ahead.
No, you go, Skelly.
No, you go. I love the face on Megator.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah.
But I think it would have to. There would have to be a real. I don't know. I've never quite been excited about these characters.
Yeah, me either.
Or felt like I needed to save up to own them. But Megator, I would probably pick up a Megator if I saw him in the store. The other Titus, I don't think I would go for that. Let me just pull up the picture. He doesn't really appeal to me as much.
Right.
He's missing the magic of Megator.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that his hammer, envelops the action thing. That's hilarious to me. So how about you, Oz? Oz. That was a Freudian slip there.
I was
Jesus.
As a kid, I didn't know about these guys. So I didn't learn about the Giants until much, much later. And even then, like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, He-Man went Barbie size.
Yeah.
Because that's all it looked like to me, was that it looked like a very large He-Man.
Yeah.
So like it didn't have a whole lot of meaning to me at the size. When I saw what they were doing with the Giants in classics, that's what kind of won me over on these characters. That giant scale that they were doing. And they made sure that they made more giant type characters as well. They didn't just stick with these two, figures that had that small kind of European launch. And I enjoyed that. When they had the Giants that they introduced in the 2000X series, I was like, man, it would be cool if these kind of guys to me had more character,
They did. Yep. Yeah,
So,
I like those.
I was always hoping we might eventually see those Giants. And they were teased even already in Origins form on card art. So if we were to start seeing Giants, I hope we get more than just these two. Give me Giants. I want the 3 from 2000X. Give us a Gygor. And who's Procrustes? Give us that as well.
Yeah.
Like, give us all of these ginormous characters. Because that's what I'd really like to see. If you're going to start putting these guys out in scale, go for it. And yes, Cobweb saying here, I know I mentioned it before that since they did that Andre the Giant buck, they could do Giants. But the truth is, if you look size comparison wise, Andre is not much bigger than the figures we already have.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like a 7-inch scale. These guys were massive, like 10 inches. So, they would definitely need to be that scale, I think, to have that full impact of just how huge these look. And with that other tease that we had of the last dinosaur that never got made, which was only a prototype, when you look in those promotion shots, they got the Giants sitting next to them. And like that just goes to show you how massive. Yes. Yeah, this picture right here. Those guys are about 10 inches. So that should tell you just how really big that freaking thing was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sure, it's not a 7-foot flag, but it's pretty freaking close. It would have been the biggest toy in the line.
Yeah, it's huge.
I would love to see them do Granomir. If they're gonna do a bunch of big figures, I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see this. I want to see this playset. I want to see Granomir. I want to see all of them. The ones from 2000X. I think that would be a really. I mean, but this is like, to me, big figures like this, or holes, like a couple waves of big figures like this, really feels kind of like a pipe dream. I don't see this being realistic, but it would be sure would be
tough.
cool.
Yep. Well, they did tease this dinosaur well on the card art too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought so.
Yeah.
Prominently.
Yeah.
And this I think we might get through Mattel Creations. That's my gut feeling.
Maybe it's going to be the two giants and the dinosaur all three together or something, like some big box.
I wouldn't even mind if they just did, like, you know, Mattel Creations once a quarter, give us a giant.
Yeah. It's possible. Yeah,
and they could charge that larger price tag for it, and it would still be worth it because you're getting that much more of a figure.
Yeah, $100 a piece.
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, I'd say 50 easy.
I don't know. But you're going to get that nice big box. They're probably going to put them in and all kinds of stuff. And
well, that's true too. And we all know how they, you know, how much they love the upcharging for the packaging.
Yep.
It's beautiful packaging, man.
This guy right here had like that feature that I was just talking about, where, like, you know, again, that new T-Rex that they've just put out at Target, and he's got like that reddish color, but you can do like with this, you know, you see the figure in the mouth, he goes down the whole neck. So mind you, that entire neck had to be big enough to fit a 5.5 scale He-Man figure down its gullet.
Right. Yep.
So that you could pull it out the other end. That is a massive toy.
Mm-hmm. Look at the two kids standing next to it.
Right? Yeah, those aren't like 3 and 4 year olds. Those are like 8 and 9 year olds.
Yeah.
Pup actor, the Brontosaurus ate the two kids. Yeah.
Shit.
That's they had to put it down. That's why they never released this toy.
Did you guys ever see that movie about the baby Brontosaurus called Baby?
Yep.
No, I'm not. No.
Like 85 or something like that. Came out. Looks
you get
just
a toy of that.
Like, it looks just like this.
Yeah. If you check out Phantasm Toys on IG, they make that.
Oh, wow.
They do? A baby?
Yeah. Yep. They made Baby.
That's cool.
So let me go.
Phantasm Toys.
Now I gotta go find it real quick.
It
looks good too.
This is another picture. This is a closer picture of this guy, Titus. I think there's a, if I remember correctly, I feel like I saw a guy in this armor in Revelation in Preternia when they're all kind of hanging out around the campfire and talking about stuff. I feel like there was a Titus there, but he was regular size with his Preternia.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah. I mean, the box art's great. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's great.
Yeah, again, like the box art for Masters Universe has always been the best cutting edge kind of box art.
This is fantastic. I love it. It reminds me of a children's book illustration. So it's different than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
His action feature is that he can stomp, right? Is that what that is? Up here in the middle?
Definitely is. He's got that big stomping action because, I mean, he's got Godlin's feet.
That's what I was about to say. It's like Godland.
Yeah, Dark Lane Speed. Pretty close.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell looking at the figure though, like his action feature there. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
he looks kind of like stiff.
Yep. So, of all these images of Powers of Grayskull figures or figures that came out around the time, or were proposed to come out around the time, which would you guys want to see the most pop up in a store? Of the figures or the play sets?
I would say Eldor or Hero first.
Yeah.
I'm an action figure guy, so that's what I would go for. Yeah, like I said, the dinosaurs, I don't care too much. The giants, I don't care too much for. So I would go for those two first. I like to see those.
I would definitely go for an Eldor. And again, like you're going to be able to reuse parts from previous toys. You don't have to do entirely new sculpting.
Mhm.
So naturally, it's best and easiest to start there. And then you can work your way into some of the more highly detailed sculpts as you're making more and more of the characters.
Yeah.
That's funny. We're all kind of on the same page. I want to see. You said Hero and Eldor, Bobby, but I want to see Eldor show
Well,
up
yeah,
in a
Eldor
store
probably first. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
packaging like this, with the Powers of Grayskull featured prominently.
Mhm.
I want to see. I want to see that. This is beautiful to me, and the classics Eldor was cool and all, but I want an Eldor that looks more like this.
Mhm. Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They will. Yeah.
So I can have a little Masterversal toy hunter standing right on my desk,
Mhm.
Right.
at all times. You know.
I would
Those big book
assume
of spells.
this stuff would start coming out probably end of this year, maybe beginning of next year, because of the Eternia set.
Yeah.
I would assume that's when they're going to start sending
That would
these out.
definitely, that would be a good way to get things rolling with it. Wait for
Yeah.
the Eternia set and then kind of go from there. But there's a part of me too, because again, I've still wanted to see more of the Princess of Power line come out. That maybe we get She-Ra a little bit more next year, being that it would be like kind of, you know, more her anniversary.
I don't see that happening.
It's
I
funny.
have a hard time with that because I think they would have brought stuff out already. You know, that's why I say that.
That's true.
But
I mean, we all
it
would
would
like
be
to see
great. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be great for people that want it. Definitely. I
Yeah.
just don't. You know, we've had conversations about that before. Do you want them to look like the vintage toy? Do you want them to look like more like the Filmation style figure, you know, or whatever? But I don't know. The She-Ra, I mean, it sucks for those fans that really want it because there's a lot of fans I know out there that want the She-Ra
Yeah.
stuff. But
It
I
really
know Danny
feels.
Phillips. He's.
Go ahead, Oz.
I was just gonna say, I know Danny Phillips has been campaigning for that since they released her.
I
got
really,
a couple. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
really. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I have a lot of people on Twitter that are that keep telling me they want to see that She-Ra
Yeah.
stuff all the time. So
I
it's amazing.
hate to be like to join the as one of the people that might dismiss this as happening as going to be something that might happen, but all the card art, none of it's teasing Princess of Power at all.
Right. No,
And
it's not.
it's spending so much
It's
time
true.
promoting this stuff. This is why we're talking about it today.
Mhm.
If we were seeing, you know, Catra and Shadow Weaver and more of those characters, Bo even teased in card art, then we'd be doing a slideshow of all that. What are we ready to see show up on the shelves? But they're just not doing that. And I'm kind of curious why, honestly, because they're like you said, Bobby, and Oz, you hinted at this too. There's a huge faction of people out there that want this stuff.
There is, but I don't know how huge it is, though. You know,
Right.
It seems huge to us because we're in it, you know.
well, I mean, when I say huge, I mean there's like 5 guys or 5 people that on Twitter that said, "Yeah, we would like this, we would like this," you know. But there is interest, and I know people asked about it during San Diego Comic-Con last year too, and they kind of said that they're listening to the fans and they'll see, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know some people in the chat were saying maybe 2025 or something because of the She-Ra cartoon, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to get a 40th anniversary She-Ra figure.
Well, I'm almost assuming they will, but just her. You know, you won't see.
Yeah, just her. For sure.
So, slightly off topic, Skelly, did you want to see the baby toy?
Oh yeah, yes.
All right. Let me go ahead here real quick and steal screen.
Ah.
How'd that happen? Remove. Okay, there we go. Oh wow.
So
it looks just like it.
Yep. And Phantasm Toys, for all of you who don't know, make a lot of really, really cool, neat stuff.
Rubber duck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to need to look at that too. We're going to need to look at Ernie in the bathtub.
Hey, Bert. How's it going, Bert?
But if you notice the bathtub, that little slime, because this is what they've got coming out right now. You can go ahead and...
It's the bathtub slime from Ghostbusters.
Yep. Yeah, you can totally go ahead and check them out for it right now. It's the, how do they have it phrased here? The Class 10. And the tub's its own separate thing. It's got the claw feet, comes with a little bit of slime, and you can totally just put this guy in the tub or take it out of the tub. But yeah, these guys do amazing stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, I never heard of them before.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's bigger if you're into the more into like the Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. I love the movie. I'm just
toys.
Not into the toys.
They were the ones that made forever for Toy Anxiety this year. Yeah. Real big
As you're screwing up a little bit.
Trying to find it. They also, yeah, here we go. Here's a good picture of some of their other stuff. You can see some other homages in here you might recognize. Back here we go.
I always anticipate for when it's his mouth is going to
huge roach up on 12. The guy who's smoking the cigar.
That's cool. This is great stuff. Thank you for. I didn't even know about these guys.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Cool. Cool shiz.
Definitely.
Oh, I thought you were squaring there for a minute. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, these guys are
great. holy shiz. So we went through the slides. I may have missed something that you sent over, Bobby, but I'm not sure.
I don't think you did. If you did, it was just extra photos of those characters and stuff like that. I
Right.
think you had it all. I tried to grab
Yeah,
what I
'cause
could,
those-
you know, like the packages that they were talking about and all that stuff. So you got all the main stuff.
My final thought from my perspective is I just want
This
to
is why He-Man
see
died.
I want to see this. I just want to see this in person. I'm not
Yeah.
going to want to buy it. I just want to see, I want to watch somebody's unboxing of this. I want to see how the thing works. I want to see somebody playing with this. I want to see it tomorrow. I mean, that's how cool it'd be to see. I'm excited to see it. So I hope that they do this in some capacity, but and I think the jaw, it looks like it's like rubber, so it opens and closes, but is not hinged on the outside. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, I want to see that guy.
Well, since I have played with like the Turbodactyl, I can say the skin on it was very reminiscent of that real feel dino skin that we got used to with Jurassic Park. It was like a more rubbery plastic. I can't speak for Bionatops or for Tyrant Rex. I can't speak for either one of those toys because I never got my hands on those. But at least for the Turbodactyl, like some parts of them, especially where you can see like he's really shiny, like underneath there, that's more the hard plastic.
Yeah.
But this entire top piece here, like think the wings and stuff of Screech or Zor. And same with the legs down here too, because they're not so much hinged, they're more grasping like a rubber, so they kind of like stretch and then form back to shape.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Are you frozen? Is Oz frozen there?
He's not moving.
He's teasing us.
He lost.
Oh no, we lost him. But oh, there he is! Yay!
Just had to back out and come back in.
Garaf says, "I want to see that Bronto with custom wings taking off of a USS flag for sure."
Shit,
that'd be amazing.
Oh, definitely fit.
You only fit like one of them on the USS flag for as big as that thing's got to be.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still, that's a big ship. My friend had one of those.
Yeah, I saw one in a store here. I think I even put it on. I went to the vault in Fresno, and I think I even have that walkthrough on my channel. But finally saw a USS flag in person, and it's like a coffin. I'm surprised no one has buried themselves in a USS flag yet, because it could probably
you never know.
Little alteration.
Wow. Talk about shelf space for selling it. Boxes.
Yeah.
Man.
Right. What were you gonna say, Oz?
I'm Googling that.
Oh, see if someone buried him.
Flag coffin.
Well, that would suck because you would be thinking it's people our age.
It would be.
You know,
it would be.
It's not some old guy.
That's hilarious.
Well, it's out there now, folks. So if you feel like it, we gave the idea, or Skelly did.
I'm gonna hashtag it in the chat.
Okay, so far I can't find it, so I don't think anybody has yet.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's great. And I've seen,
we can all get an urn made of Castle Grayskull.
Oh,
put yourself in that.
That's probably you heard it here first too.
Speaking of having a flag, what's going on, Ken? Good to have you here, buddy.
And good to see you.
Ken just recently had his flag out in all of its glory with the Sky Striker that came in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thing is so massive. It's so big you can fit the Cobra Terradrome on its deck.
That's cool.
So
how do people have room for that stuff? Like that's to me,
I
that's
don't either.
like,
I don't know.
yeah. You know,
you only break it out when you want to get fancy for company. That's all.
Right, but where
There
do
you
you
go.
stick it later?
That's the guest bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That would be a good place for hors d'oeuvres, the USS flag. I'm thinking of it now for entertaining.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hors d'oeuvres,
What do they call those?
A bunch of shrimp.
Shrimp, cocktail shrimp.
Hey, yeah, get the whole raw bar on there. Get the shrimp, get the oysters,
That's what I mean. It's
everything.
like all like seafood stuff.
Right?
Throw in some hot wings.
You got to have a shipwreck standing on deck.
Yeah, totally.
I tell you guys.
That's right. Have him right in the center of the cocktail shrimp sauce.
Yeah.
Cocktail sauce. Little elevated
Guys,
platform.
this is how you party.
Hey, just get one of those little things from the pizza boxes, you know?
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect. Man, those are great. I love those. Those come in so handy in so many ways.
Yep.
Used to use them as tables for my toys.
I kind of figured you were going to say that.
Yeah. Captain Biscuit 71's already sweating over there, thinking you're gonna get mustard all over the deck. Like what do you? People are gonna be spilling. I mean, you don't want your USS flag to smell like mustard and shrimp.
No.
No,
That's why you put a tablecloth over it.
that's right.
A clear one. You can still see the
Someone, listen to Ken. Someone lays on my flag, next place they'll be laying in a black box 6 feet under. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, those things are like, they're expensive. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
If somebody breaks it, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's getting harder and harder to find all the pieces too. Yeah, that plastic, it's a bit brittle, and you know, it's really tough to find them in complete good condition. You can always get repro parts though, which is fine if you're not that purist where you need to have everything.
See, I would never
original.
do that. I couldn't get repro parts for anything vintage. Nope, that's not my thing. It's got to be 100% pure.
When you were saying that, Oz, Bobby was like building. He was like fuming. He was starting
Like,
breathing heavier.
It has to be original.
Well, see, I don't mind the repro parts so much because, again, a lot of these toys now are 40 years old, you know, just as old as we are.
No, I get that.
They're breaking, they're falling apart, and we've got to save them. You know, we kind of got to preserve them.
Yeah, someone's going to preserve it no matter what. But
right,
I couldn't do repro. I can't. But bothers the shit out of me. It does. I can't.
We have to analyze this. I wonder what about it really gets Bobby's goat.
Because it's not the real thing. You know, I mean, how many times? What really bugs me is like people that try to pass on, repro stuff as original when they sell on eBay, and then you get it, you're like, nope, this sucks. It's a piece of crap. You know.
Yeah, that's awful.
And it's not pure. But nowadays, it's hard to tell because one, you got all these, like especially like Origins and stuff. You know, you got all these new toys that are made to look like the old stuff. And then you got people who can just 3D print crap now, and it's tougher to see it in photos if it's the real thing or not, you know. Well, like there's like let's just say what's his face? Scareglow. Yeah. You see a lot of them with the repro cape. I could never buy even though if the figure was perfect, and I could say, well, I'll just get a repro cape later on. I wouldn't buy it because it just that repro cape just. I couldn't handle it. It's just
so for your own sake, though, Yeah. Now, I totally get if you're going and
Well, yeah, that's
buying.
my opinion. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going out and buying, or if somebody is selling and they're being misleading, like
Yeah,
they're
that's
charging you the price of a vintage 100% complete figure and it's using repro stuff, I could see being miffed about that, because that's not okay. That's very misleading in my opinion.
yes, it is.
You've got to knock some money off for the repro parts. Like,
Yes.
you
Oh, you
can't
have
sell
to.
it at full price.
Of course.
But you're right. There are people out there who are selling it like, well, it's complete. And it's like, well, it's not complete, you know?
Right.
This isn't the full vintage. That is a repro part.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's easier and easier to make the repro stuff now. But for me, at least, my opinion on that, I'm okay with the repro stuff.
Okay.
But I'm going to pay whatever the fair price is for it, though. I'm not going to sit there and pay full price for something that is, again, with some repro parts. Also depends whether I know that person actually made it or whether they bought a file from somebody and just printed it themselves.
Right.
You know, go figure. Adam, he restores a lot of really cool vintage toys. He's got a lot of great videos on his channel. He fabricates all of his 3D printed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a really good job of it, gives it really good detail, makes it look as close as he can to what the original stuff looked like. And, you know, I think it's great. You know, I love watching him and love watching Toy Polloi when they restore these vintage things. Because, again, it's that I like the fact that they're preserving this stuff because it is breaking more and more. The plastic's getting more and more brittle as the older we get. Or replacing like the bands and the legs. So like this, you know, Bobby might toss away a whole box of broken-legged Masters of the Universe guys because they're broken. They're no good anymore. The bands aren't original. Then you can't get those He bands and put those on there.
I wouldn't throw them out.
So,
but
these
yeah.
are reproductions, but you know, I'm with you, Bobby, about weapons and stuff like that, but no one's gonna see this. And I put them inside the figures. It's a real task. But at least
it's a pain in the ass. I've done one with those. Yeah.
It's a real pain in the ass. I have like two tools here, but it's I like that you can. I like the concept of using, like Oz is saying, like using the technology to make your vintage thing look better, or at least stand, but reproducing weapons I have a hard time with, because you can always tell. And the only thing that we want to do to these things, that I want to do to my vintage stuff, is make the vintage look better on my shelf. Like look closer to new, or at least stand without falling and breaking. And Toy Polloi and these other folks, that it's really awesome to see them show the technique of how they can fix things up and clean them up. And sometimes if you have to implement something that goes on the inside of it that's made newer, it's just the way it is. I keep thinking of Antique Roadshow. You guys ever watch those on PBS? Yeah. I mean, there's I think about some of those people. They bring in those items and then they say, yeah, that's a 1855 Colt pistol, and it would normally be worth $50,000, but because this one little thing inside there has been incorporated, and it's a new element so that it could shoot, then it's not, or it's been over cleaned, stuff like that. It's only worth 15,000, and so that blows my mind. I think about that with the figures. Vintage, I want my vintage figures to be vintage, all the elements, but I'm okay with putting in those leg rubber bands, because I like them to stand and not fall over.
Yeah, and the thing about vintage collecting as well, you can spend your whole life doing it. You don't have to rush out and get every single figure, right
Yeah.
away. And like I did, it took me years to get all of them, and they're almost all perfect condition. I'm not trying to boast about that, but I spent a lot of time looking for each figure, complete and all original. And it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling to know that you have all of it, original, in my opinion.
Yeah. I
It's
like
a
that. I
hard
like that
task
feeling
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And also, you mentioned something that's quite lovely, Bobby, which is if you want to buy things that are vintage and you want them to be in good condition, it's not like FOMO. The FOMO doesn't exist in that particular
Exactly.
arena because you're waiting, you're hunting quietly and slowly to
Yeah.
find the right
And it's
thing.
yeah, nothing new is going to come out, so you don't have to worry. I mean, you got everything that you know that's going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this pop actor said my grandma watched those shows, Antique Roadshow. Yes. And you know what, pop actor, I feel like a good grandparent all the time.
Just more grandma talk here too.
Oh yeah, grandma's boy for sure. Yeah. The chat's really waking up now that we brought up Antique Roadshow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
It's because we're all getting old.
We're all getting old.
Please.
Toy
Antiques.
Polloi. Oh, we both clicked on the same one, I think. Pop actor said Toy Polloi can do it blindfold. He's talking about the rubber bands on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the video I watched that one time to try to do it once, and it's just it's not as easy. He made it look.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do, but it's you know what? Think Toy Polloi, if you're watching, we love your channel, man.
Yeah.
Thank goodness
Absolutely.
for you. I mean, it's great that we have a channel like Toy Polloi out there. I've been watching some of his like vintage Star Wars restoration things, and I'm just like, man, it's cool. Yeah.
Watch him when he fixes the cardboard play sets, and it's like, how do you fix cardboard?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's magic. He's a magician.
Thank you for reminding me of that, because I might watch that just to help me, figure out a way to recreate the store interior that was cardboard here. That's a good idea, Oz. Thank you for that. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So I'll go watch Toy Polloi after this.
Well, I've watched him fix so many of those old vintage Star Wars play sets. Were just large pieces of cardboard put together, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah, I remember playing with the Cantina one when I was a kid. My friend had it, and I wasn't impressed at that time. I was like, "This is just cardboard." Now it's like, "Oh man, I wish I had it." He was going to trade me for. He wanted to trade me for something, and I said, "No, I'm not going to take it because I didn't like it. It's like it's just crappy cardboard." Stupid of me, right?
Yeah.
You always feel it after the fact,
Yeah.
I got
some
the
of these
snaggletooth though, so that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And did you get that as a trade with a friend?
No, I bought that later on. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's those trades when we're kids that we think, if you think about it over and over and over again, that was a really significant moment. Our memories that keep recurring. That's kind of wonderful in a way.
Well, that's how I got my trap jaw. Like I said before, I traded my 12-inch Darth Vader, the vintage one, for a trap jaw at the time because I never was able to get trap jaw, and I really wanted them, so I gave him my Darth Vader. I still have it too. It's beat up, but I have a collector's, trap jaw. But the original one I have, the one I played with, is a little messed up.
That's awesome. I would love to have some of the figures I had that were beat up from play. That would be really great to be able to look back at that, the worn plastic and the missing paint, and be like, I remember doing that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, the avatar for my accounts like Twitter and all that. That's my original vintage Triclops I had since I had for Christmas when I was a kid.
God,
That's the
that's so
original
cool.
toy I had. Yeah, that's why I like using it.
Look at you, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Now I'm in dreamland.
Reminiscing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Thinking about my old, you know, all the old play sets. Like, man, I really wish I still had those.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
I had the Death Star still. That was a fun one to play with when I was a
Oh,
kid.
so cool.
The only thing I
That
have left is the green monster. I still have that, but that's the only thing I have left in it.
that's cool that you have that green monster.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Danny
cool.
mentioning his vintage Motu is a little beat up looking, but his vintage Pop is pristine.
Cool.
Cool.
Pop Actor mentioning how Attack Track, you know, Toy Ploy fixed that. That guy is an absolute magician. And I'm glad that we've got somebody out there who's not afraid to take the time, pop something apart, look at it, and fix it.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Yeah, he helps a lot of people out with that stuff.
Yep. Awesome. Pop Actor says here, I still have my Tonka trucks. That's cool.
Wow.
Those
Now,
things
those
are going to
things-
outlast everything.
Yeah, say those things are heavy, all
Yeah.
steel.
Yeah. They took a beating too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah. My friends used to have them down the street. They're into cars and stuff like that. Just play with those. Man, those things are. I did have the fire engine, the real big fire engine that you hook up to the hose and they would squirt the water. Yeah, I had that. But that thing was a tank.
Yeah,
That's
I had
cool.
the front loader and the dump truck. So, you know, I was always like digging up the sand at the playground and, you know, dropping it in the back of the dump truck. And I always give myself a blood blister pinching my finger on that damn thing.
That's right. Yeah, that's
It's the
cool.
war scars.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's fun though.
Well, any other thoughts on the Powers of Grayskull?
I'm hoping we see a bit of a rebrand. Like, we're getting the rise of the Snake Men this year. Maybe we'll see a bit of a rebranding going into next year, and we're going to get that changeover, maybe. Try to bring it on before the line's really dying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
wanna
could see.
that.
Yeah, I could see them doing like a Mattel Creations thing where you can get like Hero and Eldor on the old card art, like
Yeah.
they said, like you guys are saying, because of the packaging, and then they'll sell it as a regular like Snake Man Eternia type packaging or something like in
Oh,
the store.
yeah.
You get like the
hope they don't.
exclusive version, or and then you can get like a regular. I don't know. I could see them
Yeah.
doing something like that, because everybody wants that nostalgic looking card, like we were talking about earlier. But if you want it to be like rebranded and to fit with everything else, it'll go, they'll have two versions of it.
Actually, that's a good reason why they wouldn't, right? Is that they want one when it's on the shelf in the store, they want people to see the uniform.
Right.
Masters exploding red rocks. But man, it would be great to see. I love
They
that
did that
card
with
back.
She-Ra.
Yeah, they did. It's true. Yep, that's right.
I can see
That's
them doing
exactly what they'll do. I think you're right.
that. Heard it here first, folks. We've been saying that a lot today. That's my opinion on that.
Come here for your first ideas.
But yeah, I still, it's like I said, I still think they're going to come out with that stuff probably next year. All the dinosaurs and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
Danny Phillips says we should get the anti-Eternia figs of Tila and Sorceress and She-Ra. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Well, they did announce that, or not announce, but when they were doing the Triclops, that when he won that contest thing, they did have Anti-Eternia Man-at-Arms, I think it was, right? is one of the selections.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was way back in the, back then. So I'm assuming that they'll come out with more of those, I believe.
I agree. I think we can see a lot more to come from the line overall. And again, we know how much they like selling the variants and the repaints because it's just easy money for them.
Of course.
So, I mean, figures like Man at Arms and Tila, give us a couple of them. You're going to keep pushing He-Man out like they do. They'll push those as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just like they did Skeletor, same thing.
Yep.
Well, it'll be exciting to see what Skeletor looks like in person when you get him, Oz, and when other people start to open him up. I want to see what's going on with the Dune Worm in the mini comic. I want to see what he looks like, in hand. It'll be cool to see. It just didn't do it for me. I just couldn't get on board. I mean, I was looking for reasons to want to get it, and the mini comic was the strongest reason why I wanted to get it. And then I thought, well, that's maybe I shouldn't then.
Well, the way you got to look at that is, again, like kind of boils down to Space Sumo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the mini comic and the full backing card art, is that enough to really make you want to drop the money on it?
Right.
For some people, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you can still get the mini comic from somebody if they bought multiples,
Yep.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, folks, if you have extra mini comics, I really want to have that one with the Dune Worm on it, just so I can, hold on to that memory of seeing that thing and thinking, what were they thinking?
Yeah. I'm kind of curious now too.
Yeah. Well, guys. Go ahead.
Mr. Home Arcade posted a review.
Showed off the mini comic. Wow, that was fast.
Oh yeah, people have been posting that they've received them already.
Yep.
I like Mr. Home Arcade's videos; they're hilarious.
It's
so great.
Too funny.
Yeah. I don't even know. I can't even imagine. I mean, you see how slow I am to come up with ideas on this show sometimes. Like, I don't know how people can think that quick. I'm amazed by comedic personalities. Like, how can people just be like, boom, 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 and be hilarious? And that guy just has a natural ability. He's funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm flat today. I just feel flat.
I'm flat today too. I mean, guys, this has been an insane week for me. It's been so busy. So I apologize. I've been pretty like I'm just going to use the word you use, flat as well. I was trying to think of something else to say, but that's where I'm at. But I really was excited to talk about Powers of Grayskull with you guys because I know Oz loves dinosaurs, and I wanted to kind of get a feeling of how you guys feel about what potentially could be coming out. And I also, I want to seed some of that stuff. Just it's so weird, and I think Origins is the place for it. I don't think Masterverse is the place for it.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. Cobweb, I would love a copy of the mini comic that's coming out with Skeletor that has the big worm on the cover. It looks like the Dune Worm, and that has a lot of value for me. So I would love to have I'd love to have that mini comic since I did not get a Skeletor. So yeah. Thanks for asking. So what do you think, guys? What do you got coming up for this weekend? Anything exciting, Oz, on your channel?
Oh, you know me. I'm coming back with a bang. I got a show coming on naturally this Saturday night, and you guys will be able to join me again for Ostradamus Toys Live. Then on Monday night, we're going to be doing a very, very special episode of Legends class coming up with a special guest, Toy Domination, and Dom, of
Cool.
course, will be joining us. And this Legion class is going to be a little bit of recess, you know, because since we're talking about toys, we should be playing with our toys.
Mm.
No, that's a good idea. I mean, and yes, we should, right? Absolutely. That'll be cool. So you guys gonna get it in the sandbox? The chat was talking about the sandbox earlier. You guys gonna get in the sandbox and play with the toys that way, or how are you gonna play with them?
I'm getting the sandbox, pretend I'm at the beach.
Heck yeah!
So watch out for the needles.
Oh,
That's so true, man. They're everywhere.
Yep.
How about you, Bobby? What do you got coming up?
Nothing. I got nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I think that sounds lovely, to be honest with you. Just
Yeah.
a relaxed.
Still on a break. Still, I actually started thinking about the Snake Mountain After Dark thing. So,
all right, you're mulling it over.
So another 8 months from now, I'll let you guys know.
Hey man, you know, sometimes you've just got to unload, take a break from it all, step back, recharge the batteries, and let the creativity flow. You know,
Yeah.
I had an amazing weekend, taking the time off from everything, you know, and spent some time. You know, Dawn came up and we just had an awesome time hanging out, having fun. And I tried to unplug the best I could. I still popped up into chats here and there and said hey to everybody and all, because you know, I wasn't showing up on the shows, but I was still trying to show support and you know, say hey and everything like that. But you know, it was important to me to actually take that time away from doing this. So I was just a bit too burnt out. I really needed to recharge everything.
I get it.
For one, I'm not stepping in a fucking cage with that guy. No way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to say, like I admire the folks that are on that do the YouTube thing and they do it daily or week or multiple shows a week, and that is really, really cool. But man, I just get tired. I just, it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up. But I did take a break last week from my weekly weirdo. I am going to be talking about weekly weirdo. I'm going to be doing another weekly weirdo coming up here this Sunday. So last Sunday was off, and that was nice actually. We drove over to the coast, took a look at some things, and drove back. And then, but this Sunday I'm going to be. I've got something up my sleeve for this Sunday's weekly weirdo. That'll be fun. And Bobby, you should be there because I know you'll appreciate what I'm going to talk about.
Oh, I'll be there. Yeah, I usually make your. I don't think I missed one yet.
That's true. I don't think you have either.
I think I was actually first on one of your episodes. No, I was the first, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. That's true. That's true. We got something. A new person showing up. Vicente, welcome. I am having a hard time interpreting what you said, but welcome to it, man. Good to have you. Cobweb, that's cool. Hey, you know what? If you surprise me with a Heath Skeletor along with the comic, I would be delighted. That'd be really cool. I won't say no to it. You know, I avoided it just because I thought, you know, I had mixed feelings about the figure, but I won't say no to it. And that's really sweet of you to suggest that. So I've got the weekly weirdo coming up this Sunday, and then I'm going to be posting another Snake Mountain build video because I've been worked on it last weekend, but because Sunday was a day off, I didn't post the video, but so it'll be a little bit of a longer build video. So
I enjoyed those. Those are good.
It's going along really well. I'm really excited about this one. I like the last one too, but this one's, each time you make something, it's different and it brings a new a whole new experience to the same thing, and it's it's turning out pretty good. So the Brachiosaurus come with a slime feature. That'd be hilarious.
It'd be great to have that.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I think we can close up shop. It's a little early than normal, but we can do that. Everybody
It's our
here
show. We can do what we want.
Yeah, right.
we can do what we want. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time here, thank you so much. Please come back and tell your friends about the Skelevator channel. Tell your friends about Ostradamus Toys and Vintage Motu. And of course, Shawn, we missed having you tonight. Everybody should subscribe to the Legends of Grayskull podcast. Click like and subscribe. Do the whole YouTube thing. There's the current episode, most recent episode of Cambridge and with Shawn podcast is up wherever you listen to your podcast. It's a pretty good one. So, I mean, they're always fun, but you can hear me talking about McDonald's some more there. But I guess that's it. Bobby, Oz, what are your final thoughts?
Well, like I say all the time, or try to, all the people in the chat, thank you for coming each week. It's a pleasure to entertain you, and I love that you guys are here every week to show the support.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Except for Bud, he can go fuck off. So.
Oh man, you know what this is going to evolve into, Bobby? You don't realize this now, but it's going to evolve into the Bobby and Bud show, where you two just and it'll be virtual, so you won't be in no one's going to ask you to mud wrestle or anything.
Oh,
but
hell no!
You're be talking at each other, and by then. But then and you got to figure it out. So you got to have it configured so you're not talking at the screen, but you're talking at each other.
Yeah, like the point counterpoint type of stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Bud, the Bobby Bud show is coming up.
Yeah. It's all for fun. That's all it is.
That's right. Oz, how about you?
Well, I mean, it's good to be back. Definitely needed that time off, needed that time with Dawn, but it's good to be here, and I love seeing everybody again. The fact that everybody keeps showing up every week still amazes me. Listen to a bunch of us old guys talking about toys still, but it's great. So, I mean, really, seriously, thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it.